Module 3, what is Quality Club? District 73 immediate past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Sue Pederick from Adelaide in Australia will be sharing with us what it takes to be a quality club. Please welcome Sue.
Thank you, and thank you everyone. I have been dealing with lots of different clubs over the 10 years or 11 years now that I've been a Toastmaster, and I'm a member of 4 clubs still and have been throughout my training and throughout being in the trio as well. So I've just put a whole heap of resources in the chat box for you to have a look at afterwards, and they've come directly out of my presentation. So what is a quality club? So we want to know what it is, why are they really important, and what does a quality club consist of? And a quality club consists of those 5 elements: the brand, the member experience, the quality processes, growth and retention, and leadership. So that's the main 5 elements to build a quality Toastmasters club. So the importance of the Toastmasters brand is in the brand manual. When you actually go to the brand manual, from the very beginning, it has the brand manual tagline. And the tagline is, "Where leaders are made." So a lot of clubs I've noticed recently, well, a couple that have come to my eyeset when I've been shared a few agendas recently, is clubs have been putting their own tagline on things. And if you see it, you need to go back to them and say that the only tagline is "Where leaders are made." But you can have another tagline for a meeting theme or other things like that, or something that you want to share in particular, but your actual tagline, which belongs to Toastmasters International, that groups everyone together, that keeps us all under that same quality banner, is "Where leaders are made." And underpinning that are all the core values, which is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So if you keep those core values in mind, the tagline in mind all the time, and you use the brand promise, you're actually really reflecting what Toastmasters is and what it portrays, and also helping to keep everyone on the same page within the organisation. So really have a look at the Toastmasters brand manual, because there's a lot of information in there that draws us all together under the same banner. In the brand portal, there's an incredible amount of information. So the brand is vitally important, because if you are saying, "I want, say, a Hungry Jack's burger," you're going to go into a Hungry Jack's shop and get a Hungry Jack's burger. You're not going to get a Sue burger. You're actually going to get a Hungry Jack's burger. So I can't sway with what the brand is. The brand is not only just the logo, it's the whole system, it's the whole organisation. It goes right back down to the way you relate your agendas, what you share about the organisation, and how you actually really encompass the resources that Toastmasters has to offer. Because a lot of people try and create their own resources, and it's vitally important to feed back into Toastmasters International, because things change incredibly quickly. And if you're not keeping up with the Toastmasters International website, you might miss out on some vital information that is important to you as well. So we have the critical member experience following on from the brand and the brand aspects of being a quality club. So the critical member experience is for the member and the foundation of Toastmasters. So it's all about the member. It's definitely about what the member wants, having a good member experience, having the club member as the most vital person in the organisation, because everything is an inverted triangle and it goes back to the member. So you always have to have the member as the goal for how you're going to have good club quality. So we're all servant leaders. We all pay to join the organisation, whether we are at club level right up to district level. So we're still paid members and we're still servant leaders. So we need to encompass that when we're always looking for good quality in the organisation. So part of that is setting some goals. And many people today, Sharon and Stephen and our previous presenter have all spoken about the moments of truth. And the moments of truth, it underpins all high quality clubs. Because in that guideline, if you go through the moments of truth with the club, you'll find that all of these aspects of what makes a club strong and healthy and of good quality are listed in this Moments of Truth booklet that you can all work from. So every module that's mentioned in this Moments of Truth really is of utmost importance to having a high quality club. But also critical to the member experience is recognising people. So I've got a room full of people here that are potential leaders. They might have incredible skill sets. They might be future leaders. They might have some little bit of talent that you could feed into to help with high performance leadership, all sorts of things. So just be aware that some people might not need as much help as others, and others have skill sets that they can help share and support everyone else, because everyone is completely different. So remember that we all come from different platforms and we all are feeding into this organisation, which makes it so rich and so rewarding for all of us to belong to and get whatever we want out of the organisation, because there are so many different pathways and more to come, and we're all wanting to engage in a manner that's going to give us the best education possible. So we want a quality club full of people who get the right skill sets for what they want. So if you look at Toastmasters International and you go to Club Officer Tools and go to Club Management, Club Quality, all of these links on the right-hand side are available just at the bottom of that main link. And that link, those links have all the resources you really need. So when you're a district leader, you have a column, the middle column under all the district resources. When you're a club leader, you have all the resources you need under club. So when you go to the leadership portal, you can find everything you need in different columns. And the column that will relate to being a club coach, having a quality club, is in that first column. But if you go to Club Quality in this resource, you'll certainly find the Pathways Educational Program. You need to be entertaining and engaging in table topics. The constructive evaluations are vital for springboarding people's ability to grow and gain so much knowledge from being part of the Toastmasters organisation. Making sure you induct people so that they actually understand when they read the Toastmasters Promise, they get to understand a little bit more about the organisation, and that will help and support people as well. So that helps to reinforce what a quality club expects from their members. The culture has been mentioned many a time. As you say, don't change the culture. I belong to those 4 clubs because each of those clubs has a different culture. Each of those has something special about them that I really enjoy, and I don't get it out of the other clubs. So by belonging to multiple clubs, that can also help to reinforce a different understanding of the same program that everyone's involved with. Having mentors and having fun is also a vital way to learn. When you're having fun, you open up your resources to become a more engaging club. And if people come in as guests and they see you having fun, they want to be part of that as well. So keep that in mind. Quality comes in all different forms, and it also comes in different forms for different people. So you might find that it's fun for you, but someone else might want to be educated. So by covering all different aspects, it's vital to keep that going and keep that support with maintaining a quality club. So to me, what makes a quality club are the people who are present They're present as in they turn up, they're not on their phones, they're not doing 3 other things at the same time, they're not disengaged, they're actually active and supportive of fellow Toastmasters. These people also have knowledge, they encourage other people, and they support the growth. So a club coach can do that in so many ways, as can an area director with fresh eyes coming in. But an area director only comes in maybe twice a year or more if you're lucky, if you've got a good area director that wants to support the club. But a coach is involved in a lot more aspects of helping to grow the club and encourage all their educational resources to build and support the growth of the club. So as we said before, every club delivers their own experience, even though we're all following the same program. So we're not all from the same mold, as I've mentioned here as well. So please keep thinking of what your goals are, what the club members' goals are, and making sure that you are achieving whatever anyone is wanting from the club. So an executive committee can sit down and discuss a survey that you could potentially put out to your members at the club, and then come back and analyse it and see where people can see what's going on. Now, I can see a flash in the chat box, but I can't read it. If Kayleen could say if it's anything important. No, terrific. So membership, growth and retention, all part of being a quality club. So growth and retention is making sure you have active members. It's great for the people to say, oh yes, I'd love to still be a member, but not turn up at all. That actually isn't really supportive of the club. So even though you might have their numbers on paper, if they're not active, it's not good quality because you've got no one to help support in the heart of the club. So make sure it's positive, a positive interaction. So people are enjoying the experience and leaving with understanding a bit more about the club. And that often comes about from a guest. A guest might come in, a guest might pass comment at the beginning of the meeting, and then at the end of the meeting, the guest might be asked for further feedback. And their insight from someone walking straight in off the street and seeing the culture and how it is gives everyone actually a fresh look at what the club is like. So keep that in mind, because if the person says, oh, might be back, and they're running out that door as quick as possible, something might have to change with the way you interact with guests and maybe the way you interact with the club as well. So try and attract new members. So, or going back to people will leave, make sure people are leaving for the right reasons. So if you do a survey, or if you have a heart-to-heart chat with someone might have left suddenly, make sure you know why they've left. If they've left because of a job or anything else that is the right sort of reason, or they've gone on and achieving incredible things because of Toastmasters, that is so valuable to the organisation, and that is like another tick in the box because we've guided someone through the program and they've felt that they can grow so much from it. But if you are finding people are leaving for the wrong reasons, it's time for the club executive to have a real analysis on the club. The other day I was at club officer training. Well, I was actually probably at 8 of them, but I was at club officer training and we were talking about new members. And when we were discussing, a lot of the corporate connections have only the corporate, they belong to the corporate club, but they don't actually belong elsewhere. So maybe the corporate organisation pays for the membership and they get an experience because they've got so many resources laid at their fingertips from the organisation, but they actually don't experience more of a community feel of things. And sometimes they might miss out on those speaking roles. So I would really encourage attracting corporate connections out into the community because they get more speaking experience and more opportunities to double their growth. And that would again feed back into the corporations because they'd be seeing their members engage so much quicker. So keep that in mind if you're looking to grow the membership and maybe have some more retention. Offer some dual memberships and maybe focus on those corporate connections, because I think they're a vitally underutilized resource that could potentially open up so much more to not only the member, but to the clubs with really low numbers as well. Because often corporations have members from so many different areas of the state. They're not actually all from one area. So it'd be great to do that. So promoting is another thing you need to do to keep a quality club. So you retain the members by promoting and connecting with the brand, Facebook, LinkedIn, newspapers, and not only retaining your own members by highlighting what you do, but maybe retaining your members' skill sets and encouraging and supporting them through what they've done for the club. So others can come in and say, oh, wow, I didn't know this person in their 80s is now doing comedy, because they've had some amazing skill sets with being a Toastmaster. So different things that come out of being a Toastmaster is how you show that quality that comes from being it. So appreciate who you have and look at the club quality checklist in the Toastmasters magazine to help support that as well. So success through leadership. Success through leadership is the club leaders, they have a changeover, and it's really good to have a mixture of old members and new members. And that was mentioned earlier on about a lot of the club leaders remaining the same over many years. But that becomes quite stale very, very, very quickly. So any club that can mix in to their mix a few newbies and a few old souls that have so many resources, that will leave your club in such a rich state. But a club leader, even though you have those elections, those club leaders are, they might have a club executive meeting, but any member of the club can attend that. So club leader meetings or club executive meetings aren't closed. They are open to club members. So allow others to come in and see what goes on, because they'll be potential leaders as well. The club officer training, vital to find out what's going on with the roles and different aspects and different ways of treating the same organisation and the same roles. Back to the core values, very important, and the club success plan, which also incorporates a distinguished club program. So if you look at all of these resources through the leadership, you can certainly see there is incredible information there through Toastmasters International. Try and have an eye on the ball, an eye on who will be your potential successor, because you should be halfway through the year starting to look for the next person to step up and help support and keep that club quality and that club succession going, so that others actually know what the roles are as you're moving ahead. Sometimes it's just not the club level that people want to know about. Sometimes people want to know a little bit more. Some people are looking at the bigger picture, and that comes from a lot of corporations. They're going, well, where does Toastmasters fit and what's involved in it? And showing them that we're part of the whole region, like Region 12, they get a different aspect of it, and showing that service to members for people who are looking to go, well, where can Toastmasters take me? What can I do from belonging to this organisation? This gives a really good snapshot of how you can start at different levels, looking at that service to members, and move your way through with where you can engage with different teams and learn to build those leadership skills that are vital for any organisation. So we've got the quality circle. This is back to the beginning of what is involved to be a quality club. So you've got the visual, the logo, the colours, the banner, the marketing materials. You've got all of the products that are involved. You've got service, the place, the people, and the experience. So keep in mind all of this encompasses what is a quality club. So really look at all of the aspects if you're looking to focus on a quality club. So back to the member. The member has expectations, they have needs, they need to grow, and they need recognition as well. So keep all of this in mind, because the member, it's all about the member, and that's what all Toastmasters organisations in their inverted triangle focus on. So this will give you the quality that people are after. So what is club quality? Club quality is the importance of the Toastmasters brand, the critical member experience, understanding quality processes, membership growth and retention, and success through leadership. We've got wonderful modules that we've seen today. We've got more on the 10th of April, and there's certainly so much that Toastmasters has to offer. So some more resources here on awareness, brand excellence, and the commitment to the member, and additional resources that I've thrown in the chat box as well. Any questions? Okay, I've got one from Benton. No, David O'Brien. Okay, about resources and modules.
I think David responded to Benton's question.
Okay,
yeah.
Terrific.
We've got a question at the bottom.
Do I have a video example of club coaching? I don't personally, but I know that in one of the links, it leads to information. Maybe in the frequently asked questions, there might be some further information to do with club coaching in there. So certainly there are many resources, and I know they have a lot of tutorials. When I dumped in the chat box earlier on, there are also infographics, and infographics in one of those slide links, they've got incredible resources that are clickable links that give the club member more of an idea of what Toastmasters is about, and that's really valuable as well. So I think there might be some more information within that infographic section as well. Yes, I can see, Denise, it is hard to identify with the models in suits and ties and high heels in branded posters and flyers. Are they real Toastmasters? We were saying the same. Yes, they are real models for Toastmasters. And that's why it's really good to promote what you have in your club. So if you have a different demographic, like what you find when you visit other clubs, if you have a different demographic in your club, encourage it and support it either in a newsletter or some other resource that people actually get to see what your club is like. Your club might be full of sports people who've come after sports training and have a different aspect of things. And other clubs are definitely suits and ties, like many of the corporate clubs. So everyone has their own culture, and try and promote your culture, because it's your culture that makes you really special. Another question is, does having low membership mean that it's not a quality club? No. There are some absolutely incredible quality clubs that just happen to have low membership, and I would suggest they invite other people in to share the workload, invite guest speakers in, invite people to give it educationals, and that will help to share that actual load so that the committee doesn't burn out as well. So every club can be of high quality, whether they have low numbers or not, but just try and protect your members by having the minimum of 8, but try to get 15 to 20 members so that you can support the Distinguished Club program, which in turn helps support the members. Back to you, Kayleen.
Thank you very much, Sue, for that session on quality clubs. And as Sue mentioned, we do have all of these sessions are all about helping you to be able to support the clubs so that they do have quality clubs. This session and the other sessions have also tapped into Moments of Truth, which is the session that we're going to kick off with on the 10th of April as well. And I'm really glad that Sue highlighted that low member clubs can still be quality, but you still do want to continue to encourage them to build, because as we've seen with recent times, a quality club with low member can be great, and then something happens and all of a sudden they're not in good standing. So while they can be quality for the members there, there's still a big risk with those clubs going forward. So thank you very much, Sue, for taking us through quality clubs.